couple, fast asleep, is jolted awake by a piercing scream. Confused, the man unzips the tent, only to witness their friend being devoured by a zombie. He rushes forward to help but quickly becomes the zombie's next target. Jessie, seeing the horror unfold, grabs a nearby shovel and swiftly puts an end to the zombie. Unfortunately, her boyfriend's injuries are too severe, and there's nothing she can do to save him. Heartbroken, Jessie takes her best friend and drives away. While on the road, her friend, barely clinging to life, reveals a shocking secret that sends Jessie into a fit of rage. Distracted by her emotions, Jessie loses control of the car and it flips over. When she regains consciousness, there's a terrifying zombie lurking outside, and her best friend has already turned into one inside the car. With a heavy heart, Jessie grabs a piece of cardboard and ends her friend's suffering. She then kicks open the trunk, preparing to escape the car, but the zombie outside has been waiting for her. It bites down on her waist, but Jessie quickly fights it off with an elbow strike and a swift kick, then stumbles into the nearby woods. As she makes her way through, she stumbles upon a small clearing where a little girl is playing. Desperate for help, Jessie approaches, only to realize the child is also a zombie. Horrified, Jessie spins around and runs for her life. While fleeing, Jessie stumbles upon an abandoned house. To protect herself, she grabs a weapon for self-defense. Inside the house, she accidentally slips on a pool of blood on the floor. Hearing the noise, a zombie rushes toward her. In the nick of time, Jessie grabs a nearby hammer and takes the zombie down with a single blow. Just as she catches her breath, the door swings open, revealing a woman. It turns out the woman had been hiding in the house, too afraid to leave. She had come looking for her sister, only to find her brother-in-law had already turned into a zombie. Fortunately, Jessie showed up just in time to save her life. After ensuring the house was safe, Jessie starts cleaning the blood off herself. But while examining her own wounds, Emma, the woman, walks in unexpectedly and catches her in the act. Jessie admits she was bitten by a zombie, but strangely, she hasn't turned like the others. Emma, skeptical, questions her. Jessie, equally confused, speculates that it might have something to do with her mother, a virologist, who had vaccinated her with numerous shots since childhood. Upon hearing all this, Emma decided to take Jessie to find her mother, hoping she could help find a solution and save more people. They set out immediately, but the streets were already swarming with zombies. Emma threw a bottle to distract the undead, giving them the chance to slip through the back door of a nearby restaurant. Inside the restaurant, there were other survivors. To safely reach their destination, Emma and Jessie knew they had to team up with these survivors. The moment they entered, Franks pointed a shotgun at Jessie, distrustful of the stranger. He ordered Brandon to search her for weapons. Once they confirmed she posed no threat, Franks reluctantly allowed her to stay. Armed with his shotgun, Franks had assumed the role of leader, and everyone in the group was forced to follow his commands without question, too scared to challenge his authority. At that moment, the news was playing on the TV, revealing that the outbreak stemmed from a flu virus. Due to patients receiving a vaccine, the virus mutated, and the expert behind the vaccine research was none other than Jessie's mother. Over 1 million people had already received the vaccine, meaning the situation was far worse than anyone could have imagined. Jessie was eager to find her mother and uncover the truth, but the car keys were in Frank's possession. While Jessie and Brandon were discussing a plan, the restaurant's power suddenly cut off. The three of them went outside to investigate, discovering that the generator had malfunctioned. Frank set to work on repairs, while Jessie and Brandon kept watch. Just as Franks finished fixing the generator, a zombie attacked, sinking its teeth into his neck. Brandon acted quickly, shooting the zombie down, but it was too late for Franks. While they felt some regret, this also meant they now had the car keys and a way to escape. Upon hearing that Jessie and Brandon were on a mission to save the world, some of the survivors decided to join them, while others chose to stay behind at the restaurant. After saying their goodbyes, the group set off in the car. Not long after their journey began, they encountered a lone survivor on the road. Emma got out to investigate, only to discover that it was her missing sister. Overwhelmed with emotion, Emma rushed to her, but her sister's face was filled with sorrow. Her daughter had been bitten by a zombie. Before Emma could react, her sister, consumed by grief, returned to the car, choosing to leave with her now zombified daughter. Emma collapsed in despair. As the zombie horde approached, she had lost the will to live. Jessie tried to pull her back into the car, but Emma refused. With her sister being her only remaining family, she chose to face the zombie horde head-on, bidding farewell to the group. The others had no choice but to drive away. Later, They stopped at a convenience store, and Brandon went inside to gather supplies. As the others waited, a sudden scream shattered the silence. Rushing into the store, they found Brandon had been bitten by a zombie, and more undead were pouring in. Left with no other option, they were forced to abandon Brandon and continue their escape. At this point, the team on a mission to save the world was down to just 3 people. Right when they needed it most, their car broke down, forcing them to continue on foot. They hadn't gone far before they accidentally stumbled upon a group of zombies having their meal. The zombies, sensing fresh prey, immediately started chasing them. The trio made a run for an abandoned truck, but Lucas made the brave decision to stay behind and distract the zombies, giving the others a chance to escape. The remaining 2 safely made it away from the truck and were rescued by a farmer along the way. He took them back to his home, providing food and shelter. Unfortunately, Lucas wasn't as lucky. While he managed to find another car, he was quickly surrounded by zombies. Thankfully, the keys were still inside, and he was able to start the engine and speed away, leaving the zombies behind. However, his troubles were far from over. The car's owner and his 2 friends spotted Lucas driving off and started firing at him. Lucas was hit, but the wound wasn't fatal. Despite the injury, Lucas managed to make it to the farm, reuniting with Jessie and her sister, but by nightfall, Lucas tragically succumbed to his injuries from blood loss. The next morning, to increase their chances of survival, Jessie and her sister decided to continue their journey on foot. However, as expected, it wasn't long before zombies set their sights on them. Jessie fired her gun, trying to hold them off, but there were too many. In the chaos, her sister was grabbed by the ankle. Just when things seemed dire, an elderly man passing by came to their rescue. His aim was sharp and precise, quickly taking out all the zombies and saving Jessie and her sister. The man brought them back to his home, offering them food and shelter. Not only that, but he also personally trained Jessie in shooting. When he learned that Jessie was on a mission to save the world, he handed her the keys to his beloved off-road vehicle. However, just as Jessie was about to leave, she discovered that her sister's ankle had been scratched by a zombie. The old man advised her to leave her sister behind, saying they would handle the situation from there. But Jessie had promised Lucas that she would take care of her sister, holding on to the hope that if they could find their mother, there might still be a chance to save her. Reluctantly, the old man agreed, helping clear the zombies from the road to ensure Jessie's safe departure. But the virus was mutating rapidly, and before they could reach their destination, Jessie's sister fully turned into a zombie. Heartbroken, Jessie had no choice but to put her sister down. After burying her with tears in her eyes, Jessie gathered her strength and continued the journey alone. Not long after, Jessie arrived at the experimental building where her mother worked. Seeing a survivor approaching, the women inside quickly came downstairs to help clear out the zombies. After verifying her identity, they recognized Jessie as the daughter of the virus expert and led her to the laboratory. There, Jessie found only a video left by her mother, who had anticipated Jessie's arrival and arranged for a bodyguard to escort her. In the video, Jessie's mother revealed that Jessie's antibodies were the key to developing the cure for the virus. Wasting no time, the bodyguard swiftly cleared the zombies at the garage entrance and escorted Jessie to the next laboratory. In the end, the cure was successfully developed and distributed via drones to every corner of the world, saving humanity from the outbreak